Good morning, bookfighters. Today is Monday, February 28th, and I can't think of anything witty or interesting to say before the intro. Did you see what I did there? Okay, so this week I read The White SOC by Jean Rhys, and I'm really not going to say anything about it, other than to say that if you've read Jane Eyre, it's actually a really interesting addition to the story, and puts forward some really interesting ideas, and it's really short, so you can read it in no time at all. So if you've read Jane Eyre, yeah. But today what I really want to talk about is this. This is a book that I got from a charity shop, and as you'll know from my last couple of videos, it's really something I've been doing a lot recently. And it's called Songs from Shakespeare, and you can see the reason I bought it. I mean, it's a collection of songs from Shakespeare. I love Shakespeare, I love his songs, and it's like they've got these really nice illustrations in them, and they're just really short, and it's just a really nice collection. But one of the things that I didn't realise until I got it home was the inscription in the front, which I'm going to read to you. Dear Clarissa, happy much delayed birthday. I expect to hear all of these next time. Love, Dorothy. Now, that was marked in 93. So Clarissa, who this book was given to, has had this book for 17 years. And the immediate question that goes through your head is, why would you have a book that's a birthday present and that is as beautiful as this for 17 years and then give it away to a charity shop? And then I suppose the answer is, well, you wouldn't. So the only conclusion that I could come to was that Clarissa had died, and her family had decided to give all their books away to charity. So, this goes back to the question about used books. Let's just say that my theory is correct. It seems a likely one. If we look at this book in that light, when it was in Clarissa's possession, it was so much more than just a book with words. It was so much more than a collection of songs. It was a present, it was a gift, it was a belated gift. It was given to someone with love, whether it was their sister or their friend. It sounds to me like it was their friend. It sounded to me like they don't see each other very often, but they've had a friendship from kind of an early age. That's the kind of story that I put together in my head. So yeah, it just held so much more weight if you think about it in that light, so much more than a book. But now when it's come into my hands, it's almost reset. It's lost all that it once was. Now this is kind of a depressing thought, and I was thinking about this for a long time. Like, this book is now like just nothing to me than it was to her. It's almost been something more than a book. Like Lauren was talking about people's favourite editions and how, you know, you can make a book more than a book. It's been that. And now it's not. It's almost in another life and with a new owner, and it loses a lot of that almost love that it had before. But then I was thinking about this book, and I was thinking about Clarissa, and I just thought I would share this story with you, so that now it's almost got something that either Dorothy, the giver of the book, or Clarissa, the receiver of the present, it's almost got something that they could never have imagined. Now their story and their names are on the internet, and people across the world know about this book and that it was a present. And I just thought that was kind of a really nice idea that's spread now, and that the thought that Dorothy put into this present to give to Clarissa, you know, people across the world now know about. And I just thought that was a really nice idea, and I just thought it would give a bit more weight to this book and its story. I'm sure I won't be the last person to own this. Books aren't timeless, but one of the things about them is they outlive their readers, and their writers for that matter. So I just thought that was a really interesting thing to think about, like the timeline of a book, the story of the book, and how a book can have two stories, not just one. And Julia, as to your question, I haven't been reading anything else lately. I haven't had any time. I have been playing some video games, which is another interesting way to experience a story. One of the games I've been playing recently is Red Dead Redemption, which is like this kind of Western. I don't know why I'd mention that, just because I haven't been reading anything else, and I thought I'd give, you know, some kind of weird answer to your question. I'm going to ask a question this week. My question is, it's kind of linked to Lauren's question, but do any of your books tell stories other than the ones that they contain? Next week I'm reading The Last Hero by Terry Pratchett, which is described as an illustrated novel It's kind of a mix between a novel and a comic. Like, it's a full novel, but it's just got these really beautiful illustrations throughout it. So that's what I'm reading this week, and I love Terry Pratchett. So, where the bee sucks, there suck I. In a cowslip's bell I lie. There I couch when owls do cry. On the bat back I do fly. After summer, merrily. Merrily, merrily shall I live now, under the blossom that hangs on the bough. Lauren, I'll see you tomorrow.